Buzz.
All right, everyone, welcome to week 3 of my Freedom to Flourish series. And what this is a weekly abundance plan coaching call. I am Dawn Loding. I've been a real estate agent for 23 years, and I've had to create a system for myself in order to kind of reach that next level and that next level. And I just kind of documented it and made a system, and it's called Freedom to Flourish through Real Estate. Every Tuesday of every month, we do a coaching call. Sometimes my good friend Angela Kristen Taylor joins me in this, and sometimes I have other people. But at the end, we're going to open it up to Q&A where I can kind of find out where you are in your business and help guide you to the next, to wherever might be helpful for you. So first of all, though, I'm going to go through some slides and explain my system. So Freedom to Flourish through Real Estate is I'm gonna share the framework with you here. This is what it is. We go through these pillars every single week, and we do this coaching call, and this is what it is. So this is automations week. So I'm gonna dig in a little bit deeper to automation. And then week 4 is funnels. So that's next week. However, I'm going to share that recording with everyone next week in the email that you received today, because I'm going to be out of town next week. And then we're going to start it all over on the first Tuesday of next month with working on mindset and building your abundance plan and what that looks like. So in this call today, I'm going to share a lot of the same stuff that we do in that first call and in that challenge, hoping that some of you have it, but I know that some of you are new. And so I still want to share the resources that I share in that first call. And then week 2 of June, we'll talk about your real estate foundations and what those look like. And so then here we are, week 3 and week 4. And the beauty is that there's no end game in this real estate business. Like, this is an ongoing thing. It's all about implement now and perfect later. So for me, I couldn't have like all of these different thoughts in my head and files all over the place about how do I build this business. So I basically narrowed it down to the fact that I'm always working in one of these areas, either on my mindset or in my foundational pieces, on my automations, or in my lead generation funnels. So I kind of created these different areas, and we're going to go over them every week. I'm going to really skip through a lot of this and just get to week 3. So these are my slides I open for every single one that we do. And now we're in automation. So we're going to go here, week 3. So week 3, lead generation automations. Let's just dig in. All right. So the first automation that has helped me in my business is time blocking. And you guys, some of this isn't going to make sense to you if you're just joining today for the first time. I totally invite you to come back to week 1 in June. It's the first Tuesday in June, and join me, because that's where all of it comes together. It is literally the main call, the challenge. And my abundance challenge, is for you to join me for 4 weeks of coaching calls to help you get all of these systems set up. So some of the stuff today is not going to make sense because you're joining in week 3. But if some of it's resonating and it makes sense, I invite you to join me back next month on that first Tuesday so that you can start at the very beginning, because it all starts with the mindset and creating that abundance plan, which I am still going to share that with you here shortly. But I just want to say, if it sounds kind of confusing, it's because you missed these first 2 already. And here we are on the third one. So the third one is the time blocking. Now that we've gone over your abundance plan, you've worked with me through week 1 and week 2. You have all these different things that you need to implement into your business. Your time blocking has to be done. You have to figure out your way of time blocking from that abundance plan that we've been working on. I want to zoom in on this and make this bigger. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. All right. So So I want you to learn how to take the items that you've put on your plan and figure out the steps that need to be done and get them into your planner. I love a paper planner. I use both. I kind of go through and sync my Google Calendar with my paper planner on Sunday so that my whole week is planned out. And I never put anything on my paper planner until I check my Google Planner. So that works for me. But you got to figure out what works for you for your time blocking. But that is your first automation is time blocking and getting used to creating your schedule. And a lot of us we get into real estate, we get our real estate license, and we're now an entrepreneur. You now have a small business. However, our mindset is still stuck back in the employee mindset, right? Like you're like, nobody's telling me what to do. I got my license. I want to be a realtor. I want to open doors, but I don't know how. Why are people not calling me saying, I want you to show me a house? It's because you haven't worked on your business plan. You have to sit down and create an action plan for yourself. You have to write out your job description through this abundance plan that I shared with you in the very beginning. And so once you get that description all in there, then you're going to know what you need to wake up and do every single day to get the phone ringing and be out there showing properties. So, with that being said, here are just a few more automations that I think are key to your real estate business. I use Google everything, Google Chrome, Google Drive, just Google everything because it has Google My Business, it has Google Workspace. Everything is there for you. And if you join me on Friday for the onboarding call, for those of you that are new, and I know a couple of you are in my area and I'm your mentor, then we're going to help you with an extra step in making sure that you get that all done right in that onboarding call. I have a lot of branding stuff that I'm going to share with you. Buyer and seller presentations. It's super important that you do not recreate this wheel every time you get to work with a buyer or a seller. You need to practice like you are an actress or an actor and you have a script. You need to practice this regularly. You need to get it into a Google Drive so that every time you have a listing presentation or a buyer presentation, it's just as important to sit down at a table and show a buyer how important it is to for them to choose you as their realtor because you're going to show them that value. So you need to get those presentations figured out and master the scripts that go along with them so that when you do sit down with a buyer or seller, they're like, yeah, sign me up. Like, I see why I should work with you. So I'm going to have a lot more classes on my YouTube channel on doing those and helping agents to get that automated. Closing spreadsheets, budget spreadsheets. I created a board spreadsheet and current year details. Like I could go back, someone could say, Dawn, how much business did you do in 2012? And all I got to do is go open up a Google spreadsheet that has all of my closings from 2012 on one spreadsheet. I have my GCI, I have all the addresses, I have all the people. It's all right there. So as you're getting started in your business, you want to make sure that you track everything. Tracking, I hate tracking. I hate QuickBooks. I hate all of that. But I know that if I'm ever going to be anything in my business, I have to do it. It has to be done, or you have to hire somebody to do it for you. So it's just really important that you keep track of all of this so that you know what to do. A few other automations are your campaigns. In week 2, we talked about your lofty and your campaigns and what those look like. And that was like one of the main things that I wanted everybody to do was to go in and make sure that you have campaigns all set up. And so if you did that, okay, hold on. I'm trying to get into my link tree here. Hold on. I think I'm on the wrong one because I want to open up that abundance plan. Nope, here it is. It's right. All right, let me just go to, sorry, you guys. I'm going to open some different things because that's it for my spreadsheet, but I want to make sure that, there we go. Okay. So this is that abundance plan, the one that I'm talking about. So those of you that are new, I'm going to share this with you right now, but quick reminder, you have to come on the first Tuesday of the month for all of this to make sense. But here is that abundance challenge and the spreadsheet. I mean the abundance plan. So week 1 we talked about mindset and the plan. That is where we're going to talk about your why. Why do you want to do this? Your vision. Where do you want to be? It's a long one. I go on that first call for almost the whole hour because it's so important that we get connected with where it is we want to be and what we want that to look like before we go in there and start trying to figure out how you're going to get there. First, you got to know where you're going to go. You don't just get in the car and say, I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'll end up somewhere. Like you can't do that with your real estate business. You have to have a plan as to where you're going to go. And then from there, we will start mapping out how you're going to get there. We do that in week 2. We go over the foundations, like what are your foundations. For real estate, our CRM is the main number one foundation that each one of us should be in every single day. However, here's a stat. 70% of real estate agents do not open up their CRM every day or don't even get into it at all. And here's another stat. When the top 20% of top producers, that didn't come out right. When the top producers, the look, I got my Zoom fixed and now it has bubbles that whenever I do all of that, or balloons. Sorry about that. Anyway, the top 20% who are top producers, the number one tool when they're asked what they use in their real estate business, guess what it is? It's their CRM. They're in it every day, or they're paying somebody to be in it every day because that's where our business is. It's the storefront of your little small business. If you had a bakery or you had a boutique and you were to open up a store, you would have that storefront, right? That front door for people to come into your business and purchase from you. They're going to buy some cupcakes, like they got to walk in the front door. As a real estate agent, your front door is your website. And your website is connected to your CRM, your contact relationship management system. You're doing marketing pieces all the time, and you're trying to bring people back into that front door to your website so that you can get them into your CRM. I just can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that your CRM is front and center. So I'm going to give you guys this link to my link tree. I'm going to put the link tree in there and you could get to this. Here is, and I'm going back a little bit because some of you are new and you might need something to work on over the next couple of weeks. You could go in, you could explore this, but still come back and join me in June so that we start from the beginning. But here's a link to Adam Frank's Lofty Lessons. This link will open up. He's the best one, I think, to take lofty classes from. And it because he gives you a lot more of the strategy and the why. And I like that. The nuts and bolts for setting up your CRM and your website, that's all great. But why are you doing it? Like, what's your strategy for your campaigns that you're going to use as you go out there and you build your lead generation funnels, which is week 4 next week. But I'm going to share that video also because I won't be able to do that one live. So y'all have to come back in June. But also then Sylvia Dana, here's a link to her digital domination checklist, which is you want to make sure that we're a tech company. Real estate agents it's technology. You joined Epic Realty, or even if you're not with Epic Realty, like it's all online. And so it's really important that these are pieces. So that's why those are in my foundation week. And then all the stuff I go over all of that in week 2. But week 3, here is week 3 in your own real estate abundance plan. And these are just some ideas and different automations that I share with you that you can start working on and putting into your own abundance plan. And then week 4, next week is really my favorite week. And I know you're only going to get the recording from last month. It's a great recording. However, I can't wait to do it live in June and really help you guys now that you have all this other stuff done and figured out and you know what you're doing, then week 4, we're going to choose what are your lead generation funnels? What do those look like? And so that's we're going to put all of those in here. You are and what's your offer? And your offer is like what's leading them to your website and social media. So you don't want to miss week 4. So that is really the automations part of my call. Like I said, today is like the shortest one because automations are something that each of us individually have to go figure out what can we automate. And a lot of you don't have your foundational pieces set up yet. So it's kind of a let's work on that later. We can't work on the automation of our stuff until we have the foundation part of our stuff all figured out. So I'm going to put this in the chat here. Paste. Okay, so that is the link tree. So if any of you want to open this up, you could schedule a call with me here. You can join my challenge here. So if you are not getting the emails for the weekly reminders, then you want to go ahead and click this. This will open up the challenge, and then this tells you all about what I do, and you can sign up for the reminders. I'm not going to spam you with a bunch of stuff. It's just reminders. And then this is the download that I just went over. And then all this other stuff is just some tools that I use and I go through, and I'm not going to go through all of that today, but throughout my entire month of these coaching calls, I will refer to a lot of these other pieces. If you can't wait for any of that, you can visit my YouTube channel. It's also on, oh, I guess it's not on here. Well, I thought my YouTube, oh, no, it is. It's right here. So if you click this one, that's going to actually open up my Freedom to Flourish YouTube channel. And the playlist is Freedom to Flourish. And those recordings are all in there. So that's also on my link tree. So all of that's in there, y'all. Like, just come back. Like, now you know how important it is to automate, but what do you have to automate? And you probably don't have anything yet to automate if you're brand new or if you haven't set up those foundations yet. All right, so now I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to open it up to Q&A, and this is private. So I'm going to stop recording.